Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Twins Talk Arsenal. Flying solo today without my brother who couldn't be here, but we're gonna kind of twin talks Ars, I guess today. But we're gonna cover the Arsenal game against Sheffield United. We managed to get a good 3-0 victory away from home, and I think most importantly, our first clean sheet in 14 games, 15 games, which is a ridiculous stat. For a while, we returned back to the Arsenal of the Unai Emery era, the Arsenal of December 2020. But hopefully, with this clean sheet, we can kind of move on from that and start a new period. But yeah, just talking about a little bit about today's game, I thought we actually played very well. This was a team that's bottom of the league, so we had to take our performance with a pinch of salt, effectively. But you can only beat the team that's put in front of you. And today, even though at times it looked like a bit of a training exercise, we were solid enough. We created some good chances, and yeah, they really didn't have any say in the match at all. I think going forward, we looked very good as well. It's a big worry that Saka got injured. I think at times he looked like our most dynamic and kind of probing player that we had on the pitch. And the way that he went down as well worries me. I know that the commentators think that it's just a dead leg, but for me, I would be skeptical of him playing on Thursday night, which is a big worry. Obviously, that's the game of our Arsenal season, and we need to get a win. But yeah, I thought he looked very good out on the right. I thought it was a breath of fresh air to see Martinelli out on the left, to be honest. I think it was the right decision by Arteta to bring him back in, and I am so thankful that he got back up after that challenge, because at points it can feel like he's made of glass. And today it could have been a bit of not a turning point in his career, but when people have been baying for him to play for so long, he gets his opportunity, and then to be injured as well. And instead of going off and being substituted off, he stayed on and he got his goal. So hopefully this is a bit of a turning point in his time at Arsenal when he can kick on right now. And to be honest, with Lacazette playing so well up front and Martinelli putting in a bit of a shift on the left and getting a goal, I'm not sure we switch Abba back in for the Slavia Prague game. I'm just not sure what he offers. If anything, he looked better in our last Slavia Prague game, coming off the bench and sort of adding a bit of pace late on when players are tired and looking a bit more like a threat. But for our link-up play and for the kind of work rate, you feel like Lacazette offers a little bit more. So yeah, I thought Martinelli did very well on the left. I thought Saka did well out on the right, and Lacazette, I thought this was one of his best games. We need to see this consistency from him, right? Against Slavia Prague in the last game, he looked good, but he missed a host of opportunities which would put Arsenal well in the clear. We wouldn't have to be worried about this second game. But then he puts in a shift like he did today, and he puts in a goal like he did for his second goal, and you think that you just can't drop the guy. So we need to see that consistency from Lacazette on a game-to-game basis. I wish our players were playing like this all the time rather than when they were coming to the end of their contract. It seems like Abba's signed that contract and not gone off the boil a little bit, but he's been hampered in the way he can perform, injuries or discipline or whatever. It's been a stop-start season for Abba. And meanwhile, we've got Lacazette playing very well before the summer when we're probably going to sell him. So yeah, unfortunate position that we're in with Lacazette, but he played very well today. So props to the guy, especially without a kind of recognized number 10 behind him. As well, props to Ceballos for coming in and putting in a good shift. The guy has been horrendous for us in the last few games this season. So considering we've got Odegaard and Emil Smith-Rowe's big doubts for Thursday night, it was important that he came in and managed to play well and give Arteta maybe a bit of confidence that he can reselect him. I thought Thomas Partey had a good game as well. Not the best game. This isn't against the best opposition, and it's not the Thomas Partey that we paid all that money for, but he's had a very stop-start season as well. And the only way he's going to get better is by registering as many 90 minutes under his belt as possible in the Premier League against hardened opposition. And yeah, that's exactly what he got today. So another 19 minutes from Thomas. Hopefully he can come in on Thursday and run the game. Xhaka as left back was an interesting tactic from Arteta. You feel like he was stable, but if he's going to come up against better teams, they're going to be able to target him in a way which Sheffield just couldn't target him today. And you feel like if they target him with a little bit of pace, he's going to be out of his depth. So I like that it worked out for Arteta today, really, but we should not be playing him at left back against Slavia Prague. And it's a fact that when he is playing in midfield, even though he's not the best central midfielder in the world, Arsenal don't have many other options, and we tick over better when Jack is in the middle of the park. So I want to see him back in the middle next to Thomas Partey on Thursday night. Defensive-wise, we were okay. We gave away a few opportunities, which to the team that's 20th in the league isn't the best thing, but we looked pretty stable. I thought Mari and Rob Holding had decent games each. I thought Leno, made saves when he needed to. There was a point when he looked a little bit shaky, but aside from that, I thought we played very well. Something which I actually thought we demonstrated quite well today was playing out from the back. Now, again, we weren't against the best opposition, but there were a few times where their press was quite high and quite decisive, and we managed to work our way out of it. So hopefully that shows the players are kind of getting used to the way that Arteta's playing, or wants them to play, and are getting better at it. I think there's a long way for us to go, but it was nice to see it working today in a way which it hasn't in the last few weeks. I think that pretty much covers it. The substitutes I'm not really going to cover because they didn't do much in today's game, I feel. Pepe, I feel like I've got to give Pepe a little bit of a shout. He was quiet today, but he was contributing towards the attack. And I think you've gradually seen a progression with Pepe over this season. He went from being very inconsistent and at points looking like he wasn't interested and being the bane of Arsenal fans' lives, to the last few months really having Arsenal fans calling for him to play because we're seeing the kind of difference in attitude and performance which he's putting in. And he constantly looks a threat. And today, again, it was his shot which led to Martinelli's goal. So, yeah, I thought Pepe played very well, and I want to see him again play in the Europa League. And I can't remember if I've covered this already, but with Martinelli, you felt that he could have been a bit of a turning point for his career, for such an injury-prone player today. When he went down, you felt worried for the guy. And he could have gone off, but instead he stayed on and got his goal. And you're just hoping that now he can kick on and be the kind of player which Arsenal fans know he can be, which we've known he can be since he scored that goal against Chelsea in January 2020. So yeah, I don't think that he is ready to be our main starter all the time. But at the moment, I think he keeps Aubameyang out of the team, especially if you're looking to play Abraham on the left. Martinelli offers us so much more out there. And if you're looking to play Abba through the middle, at the moment, Lacazette is just a better player right now. So, yeah, I think Arteta's got a few difficult decisions to make for Thursday night. We didn't want to be approaching Thursday night with the amount of injuries that we have. We are lacking some of our best players. The reason that we bought Odegaard is because this team struggles to create without number 10. And we bought him to be a backup for Emile Smith-Rowe. And Arteta must be regretting the decision to play Odegaard against Liverpool, which we lost 3-0, when Odegaard was carrying an injury and it looks like it's been aggravated. So it looks like we're going to go into Thursday night without Odegaard, without Emile Smith-Rowe, without Tierney as well, now possibly without Saka. These are the players which look to have turned around our season, really, from December. So this is where Arteta needs to demonstrate that he is good enough to have the Arsenal role. He needs to be able to put a team together that hasn't played together for large parts of the season, that can perform on Thursday night and bring the win away from home. Hopefully, having our first clean sheet in 14 or 15 games can kind of give Arsenal a little bit of confidence and spur us on to something special on Thursday night. But it's going to be difficult. But not to be too negative, it was a good result today, a solid performance, 3-0 and clinical finishing as well. Hopefully we can bring that kind of attitude and confidence to Thursday night. I will see you again then. Until then, up the Gooners, and please, if you liked what you saw, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. My brother will be back for the Europa League game, and we will see you then. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.